Yes, people, welcome bloody back to Jamie Vardy's favourite show, Weird and Wonderball. And tonight is Monday night, so you know what it is. It is Monday night Wonderball time with my boy Ishmael. What are you telling me, man?
Bro. 94th minute, baby, bro. That's what I'm telling you, man. I'm still drunk off that last gasp winner. Obviously, we caught that live. Big up everyone that rolled through on the live stream. That was a that was a good one, bro. I can't lie, man. I can't lie. Obviously, you man got the ting done yesterday. Big up yourself for holding that one down as well. I was doing Wembley duties, Women's FA Cup final and that. But listen, bro, it's Monday night on the ball. No guest this week. It's me and you. Don't have to pretend to play nice in front of anyone. We can just the low jabs are coming, bro. The low jabs are coming. We got a lot to chop up. What are you saying? What are you telling me?
Life is good, man. All I can say is just,
Ralph.
So far, so good. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say so far. I was happy that I got that second opinion on this squad and on a lot of these players because right now we're looking like we're saving a lot of money just by getting a new coaching and a new, just a different approach. Like I said, second opinion. I'm happy to be wrong for a lot of the opinions I held on some of the players.
What are you saying? You man went private healthcare, yeah? Ollie was NHS and that. You man went private with Ralph. Got that consultant. High grade consultant.
You could put it like that. Yeah, man. We're doing. Do you know what? I was pleasantly surprised by how quickly it seems to. Do you know? Let's not get into too much detail now, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about United and the sort of improvement already shown by some of the players and the style of play. So I'm feeling good right now, man. Feeling good.
All right, cool. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Then we'll jump straight into it. Let's not mess about. I can see you're trying to hide that smile on your face. So let's just get the United stuff in, get it out, and then move on to the real lang men in the Premier League. But listen, guys, you know what time it is already. I think we're on we're approaching 200 subscribers in it. Hit 350 followers today on Insta, so that's amazing. Keep up that stuff as well. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All of that. Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Have I missed anything out, bro? I don't know.
Twitch.
We're about, innit? We're active. Twitch. Big up TikTok. The Twitch gang as well. TikTok. Everything. We're out here. All the TikTokers out there. Listen, we're about. But yeah, let's just get straight into it, man. Because obviously, you've been suffering the season, innit? We've had countless interventions. I brought through some friends. I brought through some enemies. We chopped up all sorts of stuff on your Man United. But Ollie Ball's gone, done. We don't even want to hear his name for a minute. Let's just.
Ollie days are over, innit?
Ollie days are over. Back to work. Yeah.
Time to go back to school for Ralph, bro.
Wreck-It Ralph is in the building. Yeah. Ralph Mail, as my man said yesterday. So let's chop it up, man. What did we see? What do we see differently from United? Because obviously the pressing stats are all nice, the running stats are all nice, the turnover stats are all nice, the winning the ball back in the final third stats are all nice. But what did we see differently yesterday? Like, talk to me, because obviously I didn't watch the game live. I was at Wembley, so what did we see? Talk to me, bro.
You see Ralph, yeah? You see my guy Ralph?
Man, like
he's different. He's different, man. He's the manager. Do you know what? We've had a lot of managers in the time that Fergie's left, but he is probably the perfect manager that we've even looked at. The most perfect manager that we've looked at, and that's to bear in consideration that we got Jose, serial winner, Mourinho, and Louis van philosophy, bruv. And we had obviously David Moyes, British, trying the British thing, but
Bulldog sense, yeah.
But this is probably the best feeling straight off the bat. I mean,
Ollie was giving you nice feelings as well. Don't forget. Listen, I don't.
Yeah, but this is. It was easy to feel good after Mourinho, but with the way Ralph's come in, even before the vibe was just different. I knew what we were gonna get with Ralph, and to say I'm surprised or I'm happy with the way we played and sort of how quickly we seem to adopt Ralph's principles of pressing from the front, being proactive on the ball, control. That was nice. It was nice. It was like we got a bit of the Louis van Gaal width, wide, super wide, play possession football, control the game with a little bit of like Fergie directness. Just get the ball forward. First pass is always forward.
Two up top
Yeah,
settings.
and that for me, has been like that is. It's the perfect way of modernizing Man United because it seemed like we were stuck in the mud for a long time in terms of a style of play, a direction. It seemed like we were almost harking back to the past to remind us of how we should play today. And with Ralph Rangnick, we're now given a manager who is forward facing, always looking forward. Obviously, appreciates the challenges we have in front of us today, but his sole focus is not just end of this season; it's 2 years. And man, I'm happy the players seem to adopt his methods straight away. They seem to have been buying in. There's a lot of players I need to give shout outs to. But yeah, man. Before I do that, I kind of want to get your opinion, to be honest, because I mean, you were asking me, Moses, why so confident? Why are you so confident though? Why are you so confident with this, Ralph? Like, I don't get this confidence. So I want to see now. Do you get why I'm confident?
Listen, bro. New manager bounce hype. Yeah, you man were good yesterday. Let's call a spade a spade. You man were good. You were pressing high.
Chalk and cheese. It's
chalk and cheese. But listen, the bar was on the floor, fam. You went from Ollie ball to this. This is anything after what we've been seeing this season is going to look nice. But let me tell you what I was impressed with first of all.
Yeah, please.
Let's just one word in it. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Fred, yeah. Fred said, finally, like the Rock. Fred has arrived, fam. Fred has arrived.
Call him redemption, bro. This man.
Fred Montada, yeah. This guy, listen, because obviously, like I said, I didn't watch the game live in it, so I saw Fred score, blah 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 blah. And I remember a few weeks ago, I was saying to you, like, bro, like, it might have been months ago, but I was like, bro, Fred left-footed, innit? I remember texting you, like, Fred is left-footed. I see this Don shoot with his right foot all the time, fam.
Bro. I told you before, I banned him from shooting. I literally banned him from shooting.
Mad. It's mad. Like, Fred, big up yourself, innit? We obviously, us here, forward thinkers, we see things before they pan out. We shouted Fred out a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, whatever. And it obviously goes and does the mad thing. So yeah, big up Fred. Dallo, I thought was sick yesterday as well. I think if Wan-Bissaka, I don't want to shit on Wan-Bissaka too much because he weren't playing, but you know what I think about him anyway. But I think if Wan-Bissaka's playing yesterday, you probably don't even score that goal because Dallo's role in the goal was instrumental. I think it was Greenwood who laid it off, but I think Dallo, his forward play played a big part. I think he might have got the pre-assist or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So the players that you kind of thought, or we kind of thought would thrive under Ralph, they had a good game yesterday. Now it's about kicking on it because I think you've got your run right now is looking very nice. I think you've got like Newcastle, Burnley, all the man in the bottom of the table. Obviously, they can do a madness and pull out a shock result. Obviously, Burnley got a point at Stamford Bridge, but you'd expect now. I'm trying to see United go on that kind of run that you went on when Ollie first came in. Was that like 10 unbeaten or something like that? That's what I'm trying to see. If I see that, yeah, if I see you go from now to like the new year undefeated or like maybe a couple of draws here and there, but like as close to the maximum points as possible, then I'll be like, yo, United are on stuff. Then we can talk top four. Then if you get top four, then we can talk about other stuff as well. But it's like, you see when you're younger in it and you're asking for something for Christmas, your mum's like, listen, let's just do what you need to do, then we'll talk afterwards. United, do your thing, and then we'll talk about big boys things afterwards, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues. But for now, you man have got work to do. What are you lot now? 7th or 8th on the table? But I think you're only 3 points behind West Ham. 6, 3 points behind West Ham. It's all to play for, man. If you man can, like I said, if you man can go on a little run, then cool. But listen, as it stands right now, that little smile you got on your face is nice. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy that you're.
No, I'm just liking the fact you're talking more than I am on Man United.
Man's been starving, isn't it? Man's been starving for the longest time. Style of play, yeah. Patterns. You ain't seen that. You ain't seen no patterns, fam. You've been wearing a plain shirt for time. No pattern FC. But now you got patterns. You lot are looking decent. It was a good day at the office. Obviously, it was only 1-0, but like you said, the sort of the operative word so far we've heard under Ralph has been control. You won't control the game. You only scored once, but Crystal Palace weren't really causing you too many problems like that. So it was good, man. It was good. It was happy days for United. But listen, you got mountains to climb before you're on our level and City's level, like the real big boys. You man are still on this little
for sure.
You're still in the chase and packing it. But until we need to see a bit more consistency. But listen, I was impressed with United yesterday, but you expect to see that from the first game in a new manager, innit? Like when it gets to game 4, game 5, when maybe his tactics aren't coming across like crystal clear straight away. Like what can the Mandem do in game to like fix it themselves? Because yesterday, I think Palace kind of played into your hands a little bit. They weren't really great on the ball. You lot pressed the life out of them. That was a madness to watch. I can't lie, but we'll see in it. You got tough games. When you lot, like obviously I've said your running's nice, but Newcastle could do a madness because they're in the relegation troubles. Burnley could do a madness as well. Like it's good right now, but we'll see in it. We'll talk soon. What are you telling me?
Do you know what? So there's a lot to digest there, Ishmael. You went on a lovely little monologue.
I was waiting for you to chime in, but my mum was just reveling in it. But yeah, go on.
There's a lot to unpick there, unpack.
I'm just getting your fixtures up.
But yeah, no, I can tell you, we've got Norwich. So obviously we've got young boys on the week on Wednesday. We've got Norwich, Brentford, Brighton, Newcastle. That is a nice Christmas period, is what I'm saying. Wolves, Aston Villa.
Christmas is calm, man.
Calm.
Premier League gave you a nice little present. That's a mad run. But
yeah, so
listen,
but for me, hey, Ishmael, look, this is my club now. Let me talk. Look, let's go back to the question before I go into the player shout-outs and players I think are gonna have really impressed me yesterday. What did Man United do differently? I think in terms of the where we play football was much further up the pitch. Where we defended our football. Sorry.
I'll say that
where we
again.
defended sorry, one second. Yeah, I just said where we played our football was a lot further up the pitch. Where we defended our football, we were much further up the pitch. We made the area for Crystal Palace to play football and to try and keep his possession, maintain possession, get their foot on the ball. We made that space absolutely minuscule. We suffocated them. We were all up in their faces. First 30 minutes that is what I want to see Man United as a football club. That is exciting.
You know, you get the flannel. You're trying to squeeze. That's Palace were on ropes yesterday, man. Obviously, it was only 1-0.
Even if we didn't win that game, bro. Even if we didn't win that game, I still would have felt so confident.
It looked better in it. It looked better. I like what you said before about there was a bit of LVG in there as well because it was total domination, but with a bit more intent. I was impressed. Yeah, fam, I was impressed.
But I have to give. Look, I have to be truthful and say I hold my hands up and say, Fred, look. I genuinely thought you were a dead baller, bro. Like I thought you were a dead baller.
You were talking fucking old man's name, man.
The way I'm seeing him play now, is like I remember like probably like twice a year I'll watch Fred's Shut to the Nets highlights just to like be like, who is this guy meant to be again? Just because I can't like what is this guy actually meant to be? And for the first time yesterday, I was like, oh shit, this is reminding me of the Fred highlights that I've been watching. Like my man getting the ball, playing forward, shooting. Like my man, he used to like if there are any other Man United fans out there, any fans in general out there that have seen Fred's highlights, you will be able to remember and connect the dots because that's the player that we thought we were signing. The player who played on the front foot, who was like I thought he developed this sort of like this like aggressive side to his game. I never thought he was always about this life, but he's definitely he's now become a player that can play pressing. Like he literally was like he was waiting for Rangnick to arrive, waiting for.
He's our best. I would say he's our best presser. Obviously, Bruno likes to press as well, but I think Bruno's pressing sometimes is a bit on the ollie. Sometimes it looked like it was more out of frustration, didn't it? He was like, "Come on, man, them like we need to do something here." He was just kind of going as once. But Fred, when my man presses,
it's perfectly suited.
When my man presses, it looks mad for whoever's on the ball. Like he's got this kind of weird thing about him. He kind of comes at you from both angles. It's a bit mad. Normally, when you get pressed, they come from you from one side. Fred is like he does both ways. It's mad.
Lateral movement. He's man. He's gonna keep developing, and I'm looking forward to seeing this new Fred that we've got. Who knew? Who knew? All it would take is someone like
Fam, I knew, fam. Left foot gang. Yeah, I saw something in Fred. I
He
like
was
the
dead with
chaos in
Jose
it.
as well. He was dead with Jose. This isn't just Ollie. This isn't just Ollie. This is Fred's been a problem that I didn't know. I didn't think there was a solution to.
Listen, yeah, Fred's got bozo moments. He's always gonna have them. But if you minimize them, if you put him next to like a proper Don, like a real. Speaking of like, pardon the pun, I reckon Fred and Donny can really match work in the middle of the park because Donny's calm. Donny's got that calming presence, the Dutch thing, yeah. Fred's got a bit erratic sometimes. Listen, I'm telling you now, listen, until Jan, because I wasn't really impressed with Scott yesterday either. I think he's still struggling for me. But I reckon Fred and Donny, I don't know when Pogba's back, but Fred and Donny, for me, that's my thing right now. That's what I'm trying to see if I'm a United fan. But
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying Donny can't play there. I just don't think that it doesn't seem like he's going to be. That's the position that Rangnick or I don't think that's where he's going to fit in. To be honest, I think he's going to be playing one of the two 10 positions. I think.
I don't know, bro. There's only one game in it. I reckon Donny is still. He's still got a lot to give for United, whether you want to give him a chance or not. But back to the game yesterday. Anyone that you were a little bit disappointed with? Obviously, we've done hella positives. It was a great result for you, man, at the end. But did anyone make you think, you still ain't really cutting it right now?
Yeah, do you know what, Rashford?
I'm glad you said that one first. He was disappointed.
I was a bit underwhelmed by his performance yesterday. Look, he started brightly. I think he's a player that will click into gear, and I think when that does happen, we've got one hell of a Rangnick will have one hell of a disciple, one hell of a player to call upon, because I think Rashford is really well suited to this style of play. I think he's just not been played in the right position. I'd love to see Mason playing up front with Rashford on the left and Jadon on the right. I think that would be really exciting. And I also like the idea of Rashford not playing as like a left winger, almost like as an inverted left winger, to cut in on his right foot, have shots from fairly central positions, because him and Sancho are playing those 2-10 positions, and they get to link up. Whereas in a 4-2-3-1 system, they're kind of isolated from each other. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Also, the two up front, I think I said it. And I think I put Bruno and Pogba as my two centre mids and Sancho and Rashford as my wingers. But I've been calling for it, man. I think 4-4-2 should be coming back into fashion. Centre backs aren't ready for to have two people keeping their eye.
They're not. They're really not
ready for it, bro. So I mean, instead of just watching teams like Burnley do it and being like, "Oh, well done, man," I'm really impressed. Like, you see how they went for that team and they put two man up front and they really caused them. There's a reason why 4-4-2 is like football heritage around this country, especially in this country. Like 4-4-2 is something that we've grown up on. Something that
run it back again, yeah.
Run it back, man. Strike partnerships, centre back partnerships. Do you know what I mean? Midfield partnerships. They're partnerships all over the pitch, and I for one, I'm excited about Ronaldo, Rashford. I'm not saying Rashford has to can't play up front. I'm actually of the belief that give him some more time, let him adapt, play next to Ronaldo. See if you can learn from the best to ever do it, my friend. And who knows, Rashford? I always thought Rashford would be a top striker when he was coming through. Then, like I said, with a lot of players, you have to kind of almost give it to the fact that maybe the development wasn't right, maybe the coaching wasn't there, maybe they haven't always been given the best tools to be successful in those positions or at United. So yeah, I'm thinking that maybe Rashford, if given the right training, given the right coaching, given the right instructions, he can he could be a top striker. Like I'm not ruling anything out with any of these Man United players. I think that's one thing I wanted to really hammer home. Like, Man United have got a lot of players that have been out of form, not really getting much game time under Oli. Almost looking like they were dead.
Dallo, man. Dallo was looking dead in the water, fam.
Dallo looked like he looked like flipping Cafu, or like he was giving me like Maicon vibes. He was just absolutely bombing forward. Him and Tellez is free delivery from set plays is a problem. The amount of times Tellez and Dallo almost found Ronaldo bodes really well for the future. Because I wouldn't say Shaw's definitely, he's not. I think he's still got a lot of. He can fight for his position. Whereas I'm hoping that this now, with Rangnick's like sort of keen eye, might mean that Wan-Bissaka gets moved infield as a centre back, and that's what I want to see. I know you don't think he probably could do it, but I think he could. I think he could surprise a few people.
It's not that I don't think he can do it, but you lot have just spent the best part of 40 million on Varane. Maguire's your captain. Lindelof is playing probably some of the best football we've seen in the United shirt. So where's man really going to fit into this makeshift?
Maguire's not. He doesn't deserve to be in we've got Maguire.
But he's your captain. He's your captain.
Varane's the only person. I think the only player who's when he's fit that has to start is Varane.
No, Lindelof's been impressing me recently, man.
For sure. But I'm saying
you're saying surefire starter. Then
there's only Varane for me. Maguire's still got a lot to prove for me, man. Got a hell of a lot to prove. It's not done yet. He's just one good game under Rangnick, or maybe two good games, one with Carrick and one with Rangnick. Like that doesn't suddenly just undo all of that fuckery you've been doing all season. So, nah, for me, Lindelof, he's those are my two centre backs. I think that I go for. But Wan-Bissaka, I do think has the natural attributes to be a good centre back. He's still 22, 20. He's young.
Yeah, well, his birthday the other day. I think it was last week. But yeah, I can hear that. I can hear that. All right, let's wrap up on United now. But let's just talk to or look towards the rest of not the rest of the season, because there's still going to be a lot of twists and turns. But let's say by the new year, so when we got this Christmas period out of the way, where would be a good position for United to be in? Obviously top 4 you can say, but what's the realistic aim for this little period now? Got a nice run of games. Where do you see United being?
I want to get to by Christmas. I'd love to be within 6 points of the top. I think if
top.
Yeah. That's obviously dependent on teams dropping points, but with like we said earlier, with the running we've got, I'm expecting probably a couple of frustrating draws, maybe where the system doesn't really work. But I'm expecting maximum points, unless it's either maximum points or games we should have won that we got a point from. Maybe,
but you're not trying to see no funny L's. Everyone, honestly, you can lose any time, but you're not the ones where you're like, Newcastle at home, we shouldn't be. There's no way we should be losing them ones. Do you see what I mean? But I can hear that. Like we said,
top 4 in 4th position, 6 points off at least third.
So if we're saying that, are you then looking towards a little title push, or is it?
I think if we can get, like I said, if we can win all of rest of our games this year, then I think it puts us in a healthy position to look past just getting top 4, whether that's third or second. Obviously, coming top is dependent on the other teams right now, because you've got such a big gap on us. You guys have got to drop points. You guys have got to let us back in the race. Right now, as it stands, we're not in it. But I think if we just keep chipping away, our next port of call is getting 4th position locked, and then we can look further afield. But I'm hoping we're at least level on points with West Ham in 4th in the next couple of weeks. So I'm expecting that they should drop points soon.
Yeah, obviously we'll get onto the Chelsea game, but that was a great win for West Ham on the weekend. And listen, that's Liverpool and Chelsea they've beaten in the league. Obviously they've beaten you-man in the cup and City as well. They're on a madness this season. They're not even it's not even an upset now when teams go to West Ham and lose. Anyone can get it. The way they've been moving recently.
We slapped them. We didn't slap them. We beat them, but
that wasn't even a slapping. That was that last year. Take that back. Yeah, they beat you in the League Cup, but so you beat them. But listen, they've beaten everyone at least once.
That wasn't even really that wasn't a first team United. Anyway, we've done that. Let's not make it.
They've beaten anyone. They've beaten everyone. Sorry, but listen. Let's get onto my team right now. Let's talk about my team, because obviously. Boy, where do we start? We don't have to talk about the game too much. Obviously, we covered it in the live stream. Innit? But
why not?
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, bro. I'm gassed.
You joining us today, Spurs Monday Night Wonderball. You might not be available on the weekend.
That felt like that was better than a 5-0. Yeah, I'll tell you why. We weren't playing well, bro. I didn't think we were going to win the game. Those are the kind of games where you look back, like the 18-19 season when we finished the point behind City. You look back and you're like, rah, you should have won that game. Didn't play well, had a bag of chances where we should have won. Jota, I'm sorry, bro, but you have to give Divock your birthday presents. I know it's your birthday on Saturday, but you don't deserve no presents after what you were up to, boy. The header in the first half, the charts afterwards, after the second half, like I listen, we weren't getting on him too much. He's had a great season and it was his birthday, but like I said, give Divock your presents and we'll say no more about it. But speaking of the devil, a question I want to pose to you. We'll both chop it up. But does Origi deserve more game time at Liverpool? Because he gets the chicken change minutes. He doesn't even get Carabao Cup all the time, guaranteed. He might get like a 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here. Is it time to put respect on his name and give him more game time? What are you telling me?
I think he needs to put respect on his own name and leave. I don't know what he's doing, what he's still doing at Liverpool. 30 starts in like 7 years.
37 starts. He's had a loan spell, to be fair. He was on loan for a season at Wolfsburg. So we'll call it 6 years. He was on loan at Wolfsburg for a season. So we'll call it 6 years.
Those still counting as appearances. Don't they still count as appearances? Or like
no, he wasn't at Liverpool. He wasn't at Liverpool for a season. So he's had 37 starts in, I think, 6 seasons or something like that. It's not a lot. He's really not a lot.
How many starts did he get at Hoffenheim? How many starts did he get at Hoffenheim then?
No, Wolfsburg. I don't know, bro. I think he got injured even during the loan. Like he's had mad injuries, man. I remember one point
those games ain't adding to his appearance list, basically. So still
no. I'm just saying. You said 7 years. I'm saying it's probably 6 years, isn't it? Because he had a season out on loan. But either way, it's not a lot of starts. The man deserves a lot better than that. If you want to talk about minutes on the pitch, but if you want to talk clutch moments, bro, Champions League semi-final game changer. Champions League final game changer. One of the most memorable goals in Merseyside derby history. Winning goal against Newcastle to keep us in the hunt for the title in 18-19. This guy is clutch, man. Cash money, clutch, big Divock energy. He's a legend. He's a Liverpool legend. You could talk cult hero, you could talk this, but for me, his CV, the way it's racking up, he's a legend at the club. Always be welcome at Liverpool.
What's on that CV again? What trophies?
Champions League semi-final deciding goal, winning goal. Champions League final winning goal. Not many players can say they've got this. You look at some of the greats over the years, they can't really chat to them two things right there. Clutch moments from Divock.
I keep forgetting that you've only won the Champions League in the Premier League.
But what do you mean? What else is there to win, bro?
No, I'm just like when you talk about clutch moments, I thought you were talking about like multiple Premier Leagues, multiple Champions Leagues, like multiple cups. Like I don't know if you can call him that clutch. Yeah, maybe one or two seasons. Maybe 1 or 2 seasons.
Don't do this. You can't shit on my parade today.
I don't know, but
he scored a 94th minute winner.
I don't know, but like you Liverpool fans like to compare him to like Oli, for example. He's the example of clutch. Do you know what I mean? You're using him as a standard bearer. Oli Gunnar Solskjaer is an example of a clutch substitute. Somebody comes on.
He's a career side man. Oli's a career side man.
Look at what Oli's won by the time he was Origi's age. And look at what.
Cool. He's in the most dominant team of all time.
I'm just saying.
This is not the Oli show right now.
Oli was getting more than 37 games in 7 years. That's what I'm saying.
This is not the Oli. This is not the Oli game right now.
If you're gonna talk the truth, though,
I'm talking about my guy. Yeah.
37 games. You can't call him clutch in 7 years. 37 games.
He's clutch. He's clutch.
No one's
How
driving.
many players have winning goals in the semi-final and the final of the Champions League? Go name me another player.
What? Sorry, missed that bit.
Winning goal in the Champions League semi-final and the final. Name me another player who's got that. I'll wait.
There's probably loads.
I'll wait. Please.
Ronaldo against Arsenal, Champions League. He got the header against Chelsea. Semi-final against Arsenal.
Man missed his penalty as well. Don't forget that. Man missed his penalty.
But he scored the goal to get us there.
man missed his penalty. Let's not forget that. He
Yeah, but
choked in
we're talking about people who miss
in
penalties.
the real clutch moments.
We're talking
Real
about people
clutch
who miss
moments.
penalties.
My man choked in it. My man didn't bag his penalty. Let's not talk
about clutch.
CR7 hours right now.
If you're trying to big up Divock Origi and say he's clutch and not saying that Ronaldo is clutch, you're just making your own point.
Divock. We're not talking about this. Is not Ronaldo. We've done your United segment.
No, we're talking about clutch. You're talking about.
We're talking clutch. Divock Origi, modern day hero, fam.
The clutch hero. The clutch for what car? Fucking Vauxhall P-Reg, like.
Nah, all disrespect. Don't disrespect.
No. What,
you can't come to my thing and tell me Divock's not a fucking clutch, fam. Clutch. Champions League final and semi-final winning goals. How many other players can say that? Please.
Mate, listen.
Talk to me, man.
Give him more game time, then. Talk to your gaffer. Give him some more game time.
I'm asking you, do you reckon he deserves more game time? Obviously, because Jota dropped a...
No, you should move club, bro. Just get it when your manager doesn't rate you. Just leave.
No. But this is... let me bring some objectivity to this, because you're being a bit mad right now. Our front three, if you look at our front three, we'll put Jota to one side for a second. Let's talk the actual front three of Salah, Mane, Firmino. For the last 4-5 seasons, they've been at the top of their game. You can't really chat to not another front three, not individuals, like as a cohesive unit, can't really chat to them over the last 4-5 years. So obviously Divock's not really gonna be. Where's the game time gonna come? He's been getting games in the left.
Divock. Chat to your manager, Divock. Ask him why he don't rate you.
He rates him, fam. Anyone with eyes.
Ask him why he's saying in press conferences that he wants him to get a new manager. Why is he saying that?
Don't do this. Don't do this.
He's like, I want Divock to get a new manager.
Don't do this. You man have been misquoting Klopp for the longest time, man.
He's been trying to shift him for how many windows now? How many windows is he putting him in?
They put the price tag on it last year as well. 22 M's. No one said anything.
22. Come on.
22 with a 2.2.
That's Danny Ings value, bro. That's Danny Ings, bro.
Hey, less of that, man.
That's all he is. He's just another Danny Ings. He's that Ricky Lambert signing. That's who he is.
Nah. You're
taking
the piss. You're taking a piss. I would put Divock in like top 5 super sub in like.
Oh, come off it. 37 games, Ishmael.
Fam, clutch, bro, clutch. Talk to me. Who else is in there? Oli, yeah. I think who's got the record? Is it Giroud who's got the record for the most sub goals? I think it is him.
I think so, yeah. We got to do the whole episode right there, man.
Yeah. But Divock is in the conversation, fam. He's in the conversation.
Well, he's
not quantity.
He's not quantity in Champions League, though.
Bro. He's not quantity. Man's quality. Yeah, quality. When you need him, when you really need the cream to rise to the top, Divock. Yeah, Divock Origi.
Give him more game time then. Touch your manager.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard out here. It's not Man United. You can't just get minutes for doing fuckeries. Like
this is real
meritocracy right now.
This is my closing remark.
What are you saying?
Divock, don't ask me. You shouldn't be coming to me asking if you deserve more game time. You look at yourself in the mirror and you decide whether you deserve more game time. All I'm saying is 37 games. You're 27 years old now. It's embarrassing. You should leave.
Bruh. I think man's still 26. Let's just
he's a big man now.
Let's keep it factual right now.
He's a big man now.
You know what? The thing with Divock, which you might have noticed, he's not really asked, in it. He's on some cool thing. He kind of moves like a Dutchman in that respect. But even when he celebrates and he scores, man's bagged winners for fun. He's celebrating like he's just got like a consolation in like a 6-1 or something like that. Man's just all jogging it back. There's a funny excerpt in James Milner's book when he's talking about Divock scoring over there against Everton, and he's like he grabbed the ball to go back as if he got the equaliser, and everyone was just like, "Bro, like, what are you doing, fam? You just got the winner, like chill." Klopp's all this time, Klopp's on the pitch hugging up Alisson and that. So he's a different one. He's a bit of an enigma. But listen, Divock, bro, you're etched into Liverpool fans' brains, hearts, soul, mind. Feeling, fam. Divock's giving me the feeling.
Those 37 games will never be forgotten, bro.
Bro, it's not what you do, yeah? It's
that's
how
not even
you do it
sometimes. That's not even a full season. Oh my days. 37 games. He hasn't even completed the whole season yet. Liverpool.
Fam, it doesn't matter if he's completing the season. Man's completing football, fam. Man's completing football. Man's completing football. Champions League semi-final. You might even repeat myself, fam. Champions League semi-final and
37
final
games, bro.
winners. Fam. Respect Divock's team.
Bro, Divock, all I'm saying is, Divock, have some respect for yourself, bro.
Nah, he's just a calm you.
37
just loves Merseyside.
bro. Have you completed?
Yo, prick. I'm glad your internet checking you
Bro.
right now because you're talking fuckeries. But listen, that's a good time to switch
Divock,
up,
bro,
move on to the next
yourself, fam.
one Belgian striker to another. But that's where the comparison ends because one's on smoke right now. The one looks like he's being smoked. This is kind of a bit of a funny one because at the beginning of the season, I was a bit gassed on this. I thought this was gonna be a madness. Obviously, the injury kind of derailed things a little bit. You kept your stance firm the whole time. You kept your stance firm the whole time. I can't fault you on this one. You were consistent with it. But listen, let's talk about Romelu Lukaku, fam. 12 games without a goal right now. Obviously, he had the injury. That's peak. It can happen. Had a good start. I think did he get 3 and 3 or something like that? He started fast in it. But yeah, like I said, no goals in 12 games. Is it time to start drawing up the investigation, get the bailiffs to kind of come in and repossess some of Lukaku's gas that he got at the beginning of the season? I think it could be. What are you saying? Has he been a flop so far for Chelsea? Speak on it. Let's go.
Look, let me just get a few things off my chest first. I like Romelu Lukaku, innit? As a man, as a human, as a person, I rate him. I rate him highly. I think he's as a brother as well. Like, I love what he's doing. I love seeing him shine. But what you did with Manchester United, what you did to my club, I will never forget that. I will never forget that. So you think you can go Serie A, do your Gazzetta dello Sport, reading up your pink newspapers every week, and you think, people are just gonna forget what you did. I'm gonna forget what you did to my club. You're gonna think I'm gonna forget your touch back to goal on the halfway line. I'm never gonna forget that. You can trick these players. Look at the development. He's gone to Italy. Look, he's got a new side to his game. I've seen it all before. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it all before. My man, I'm not an idiot, bruv. I know what's happening. It's like when Sancho Bob used to come to Springfield, and Bart's like, nah. He's a murderer. He's gonna try to kill me. No,
I've seen this before, fam.
It's Sancho Bob, man. He's different. He goes church now, like, and Bart's like, no. This is how I feel. Lukaku is Sancho Bob. I know when he comes back to Springfield, aka the Premier League, he's still on the same stuff.
You know what time it is? Yeah.
And
it's all
this
looking
time, my man
mad
cost
right
100
now.
million, Ishmael. 100 million.
Bro,
Why are we not
yesterday's
talking about
price
this
is
more?
not today's price, fam. Yesterday's
not
price
talking
is
about
not
this more, bro?
today's price. The
100
price tag
million.
went up. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's all mad. Bro, I think when we're going to obviously do our little mid-season review in a couple of weeks, but listen, Lukaku, you've got 3 weeks to fix up. The bailiffs are coming. We're coming to repossess the gas from the beginning of the season because it's not looking good right now, bro. It's not looking good. Obviously, let's get into the Chelsea game a little bit because they... Listen, I want to talk about their not Ballon d'Or, yeah, Balloon d'Or nominations because that was back to back. Hey, we'll need to talk about Ever a bit as well because your legend is moving a bit bad right now, but we'll chat about that in a bit.
I love this game.
Back to back howlers from Jorginho, yeah, 2 weeks in a row. Obviously, the United one when he got pressed like a lift button, and then this week, what did he do? Played the hospital ball back to Mendy for the goal. It's not my Ballon d'Or nomination, is it? Not mine. Not my top 3. Yeah. So, what's going on with Chelsea at the moment? Do you reckon is it just a little blip? Are they going to come back fighting, or because their forwards? Going back to Lukaku for a second, their forwards are kind of the ones where they're not really getting the maximum amount of them. Defenders still chipping in. Obviously, Thiago got the goal as well. He's back. He'll be back in a second. But we'll keep it moving in the meantime. Yeah. Obviously, Thiago Silva got his goal on the weekend and Mason Mount with a beautiful strike. But for me, Lukaku's form, the form of the forwards, is kind of all contributing right now. I'm not really sure about Chelsea. Like, I don't know. I think I had them third at the beginning of the season. And for me, obviously, there's only been 2 games where they've looked a bit funny. But I think if you're talking about going on a run, which you're going to need to do, I think it's still City and Liverpool the ones that are really gonna. But what are you saying? What are you saying on Chelsea? Like talk about a bit more about Lukaku as well if you want, and then the game. But is it just a blip, or do you think it's a bigger cause for concern?
What, Lukaku?
Both, because I think the two go hand in hand. Because I think Chelsea are not scoring, even when they were winning, they're not really scoring in it. So I think
But he's not even been playing though. So like he's not really been playing that much. For me, look, my thing with Lukaku is it's longer than just a couple of poor games. It's something I've seen over a long period of time. Something that frustrated me when he used to play for my team. It's not that he won't get goals and he doesn't score, but he doesn't. He's not always the best focal point in the attack to link play. I think he was good in Inter because I think if you use his pace and power in behind, and play him into channels, he can run all day. He can cause defenders problems. I don't think Chelsea have found a way to get the best out of him just yet. I think you can look. He's not a player that I'll ever walk at Old Trafford. I'm sure he doesn't want to come back to Manchester either. But I think there's a lot that he can do. He does well. And I just don't think Chelsea are playing to his strengths just yet. I think they've got other players that they see as more important. Or not more important, but like if they look at the likes of Havertz.
The system, innit?
More content playing Havertz at the moment. But
Lukaku, it does look a bit more...
He'll get goals.
It does look a bit fluid when Havertz is... Because Havertz he's another one. He's not really like... He got the Champions League final winner. All right, boom. This was your chance this season to kick on. Has man even scored in the Premier? He might have one goal. I mean, I think he's got one or did he score against Norwich when they won 7-0?
He scored in his debut, I'm pretty sure. Was it Norwich or?
Was it Norwich when they bagged 7? I don't know. Either way, he's not really pulled up trees so far this season. 75 million, let's not forget. That's big peas. I don't care if it's Chelsea or anyone else. That's money in it. People was talking the same for Havertz. Was it 90 or was it 73?
It was like 72, 73, yeah.
Either way, that's big money in it. The way people are talking about Sancho for the same price tag, this, that, and the other. Let's keep the energy for Havertz the same.
What's that?
But listen, I think for Chelsea and for Lukaku especially, they're gonna need to pattern up soon because, like, I think Liverpool. You can look at Mo Salah. He's that guy this season for us who's gonna just score inevitably no matter what. City look like they don't really need that, but Bernardo's looking at the guy in this moment in time. But they've got enough man who can kind of pitch in. For me, Chelsea, this little thing that they've got with the defenders pitching in with goals, I don't think that's going to be enough to get you a title. It might get you a title challenge, but I still think you need that one gun man up front who's going to bag. And it could be Lukaku. He could go on a mad run, but I think they're going to need to marry the two to make their title challenge really come to fruition. That's my opinion anyway.
I think with a title challenge, I think Chelsea will be there. I'm pretty sure they'll be there at the end of the season. I just think
they can get over the line without having like someone who's just firing every week.
I mean, they're there now, right? I think they're there now without Lukaku firing. So I think if they can get him firing towards the back end of the season, it's peak. Because it's all about timing. It's about when. Because you can score 10 goals at the start of the season and then like your team's in fourth position. Like you could be like Ronaldo, for example, with United, but your team's still in sixth position, or do you know what I mean? And you can still get the goals. Yeah, even though you're bagging, but his team are doing well without him bagging. If he does add goals to his game, you'll see what that can do to Chelsea. But still, the jury's out for me on whether Lukaku and Chelsea are the right fit right now. I think they're turning more into a team that likes to play on the ball, ball, move the ball from side to side quickly, look for their wing backs. I think if they get Lukaku in the box and those wing backs can get balls into the box, he'll score goals. If they can go from defense to attack quickly and get Lukaku behind the defenders behind the opposing team's defense, I think he's a different player as well. So I think there are ways of getting the best out of Lukaku. Back to goal. Trust me is not the way.
I think so. People look at his stature sometimes. They might think, boom, 6'4", black don, built like a fucking unit. Of course, he's going to be good with his back to goal, but he's not really on that. He's not really about that kind of rough and tumble. He likes to just run into grass, play balls in behind for him to. Because if it's you and him and he gets going and it's a foot race, It's long, bro. It's long. It's very, very long. So
Yeah,
I think they're gonna need to adapt a little bit. But listen, it's not quite clicking yet. Chelsea, it's only been 2 games, but their third, things can change very quickly. City now look like they're going on their little annual run of like 20 unbeaten or whatever it is they normally do. Liverpool looking like they're kind of in peak form right now. Obviously, Saturday was a bit of a dodgy performance, but apart from that, we're scoring goals for fun. Most goals scored in the league. So I think Chelsea are going to have to do a bit of fine tuning. I think just a little bit of fine tuning. But listen, we spoke about City. We touched on them a little bit, and for me this season, obviously last year Gundogan was the guy to kind of step up to the plate when KDB was out. This year they've got another midfield magician in there. He's just running the show right now. Scored an absolutely beautiful goal midweek against, it was a Villa, wasn't it? On the counter. My man slapped that like it was just like FIFA, just light work on the counter attack, volley, mad. And then man got a brace again this weekend against Watford. So I think this question, for me, there's not really many who are in the running with him so far this season. But what are you saying? Has he been the best midfielder in the Premier this season, or?
I don't know. I don't think he's I wouldn't call him a midfielder personally, but he's probably one of the best players in the league without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Because more time recently, he hasn't been playing in that 8 role with Rodri and Gundogan.
He does his best work out on the right wing though. I think
thing is City. Their front. Apart from Rodri, their front 6 can all play anywhere across the front 3, anywhere in the mid, like either side of the pivot in midfield. They're all just like Klopp's MO in a player is like aggressive, quick, strong, like just lost like really hungry for the ball the whole time. Pep's thing is just baller. Give me, I don't care if you're 6'5" or 5'5", just be a technician in it. Be comfortable with the ball, half turn, pop it around, like just football IQ is what he goes for, innit? But for me, Bernardo's obviously, he's in his purple patch right now. Pogba was the front runner early on in the season. He had his, like, was it 7 assists in 4 games or something like that? Mad. Obviously, he got the reds, then the injury, so that's kind of derailed him. Declan Rice hype was cooking a couple of weeks ago.
No.
He's still playing. He's still playing. But what I'm saying is, like, he was getting his proper flowers like a couple of weeks ago. That's kind of, now it's like the Bernardo phase right now. So for me, I think those are probably I might even have to chuck a little Henderson in there as well. You know, Henderson's been class this season, man. But
got hooked at heart 60 minutes against Wolves.
Bro, is still finding his way back from injury. You're forgetting the assist of the season. Well, second best assist of the season against United. Cancelo came in the next week and kind of topped that. But yeah, Hendo's been on smoke, man. Hendo's been an absolute smoke this season. But I think for me, Pogba had the first few games. Then Declan Rice has kind of been steadily consistent without having like an amazing peak. But I feel like Bernardo right now, last 3-4 games, has been operating on like a mad level. But what are you saying? So we saying so far this season, best midfielder in the Prem, or?
I honestly, I think he does his best work on the right wing for me. So I find it hard. I know what you mean. They're so fluid, but I think for me, when he's on the right hand side coming in, he causes so many problems. So I think it's a hard one. I think I get what you mean, but midfielder. But comparing him to like the Declan Rices or like the Paul Pogba.
Declan Rice has been proper box to box. Like it's a hard one, isn't it? Because Pogba, I think you can't argue with the fact he is more offensive. Even if he plays deep, he's an offensive midfielder, offensive minded. Declan Rice has been doing like the throwback box to box kind of thing, and then Bernardo has been obviously, like you said, operating his best work, been in the attack. But do you reckon because I think so far Salah's got to be the standout for Player of the Year, but can Bernardo, if he carries on like this, do you reckon he can kind of rival him for that PFA award or nah?
Look,
it kind of depends. It depends on who wins the league as well. More time.
Yeah, I think that's a vital point. Whoever wins the league, I think, will undoubtedly have the Player of the Year in their team. I think
Van Dijk in 18-19 is the last player I can think of who didn't win the league and won it. I think, but we were playing, as Gary Neville says, title-winning football. So that you're kind of splitting hairs out. But other than that, you're looking at like what? Gareth Bale, I think he won it at Spurs. But other than that, it's normally whoever wins the league has the player who gets the PFA award in it.
Or they just give it to Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, this season there's no chance this year because this brother's getting, as I like to say, he's getting Carabao Cup minutes this year, man. Man's saying, oh look, 15 minutes ago, let's just try and keep the ball. Yo, Kevin, you probably don't even look at him. He's just calling from the bench. Yo, Kevin, get your things off. You're coming on. So he's not really. He's been a bit of a side piece this year, but he's coming back in it. I don't want to talk too much on his name. Big up outside Anfield. He's been so hard for so long. Is this on Bernardo? Is this who we're talking about?
Yeah, it's Mr. Bernardo. I don't know if he's in it. I find that hard. City got fucking little diminutive wingers playing like central midfielders, but it's just the City team. Weird. City system's weird. They got left backs playing fucking centre midfield and that doesn't make sense. They're just fully throwing the rule book in the bin. It's mad.
Fam, Pep Ball's different, fam. Pep Ball defies gravity, logic, science, everything. They're on different stuff. But
on form, I agree. He's the form player in the league without a doubt. And that's with that's with Mohamed Salah, and that is with when you look at Declan Rice as well. Even though he's been playing incredibly well for West Ham, a big part of the reason why they're in the top 4 position now. But yeah, got to give Bernardo his flowers. Bernardo flowers.
Bro, let's not forget as well. Like he was. There was talk of him leaving in the summer. He was like dead cert leaving.
Yeah, he still wants to go. He's done the Premier League, but he's got motivated. Pep's done well to motivate.
You got to do well. You got to not do well. You got to big up Pep on this one because with Pep, yeah. And this is one thing that Liverpool fans, I think, saying we had him on over the weekend. Big up saying he was saying something quite similar with Klopp. Klopp's got like 14 favourites. And that's kind of it. That kind of goes back to the Divock thing. Like he can't really get a sniff no matter what he does. If you're once on Klopp's guy, that's it. He'll ride out for you. And that has its pros and cons because sometimes there's players who are not going through good form, like Trent last year. But Klopp's like, nah, boom, you're my guy. Whether that's through lack of having like an amazing squad like City have got, or Klopp's just loyalty, but he sticks with you. See Pep, yeah. Pep, it doesn't matter what you've done in the season before, the game before. If you ain't what he's feeling right now, you ain't playing. John Stones last year, people were gassing him up the most before the Euros. John Stones this, John Stones is back, this, that, and the other. We ain't seen him this season. It's been Laporte and Diaz more time. Even Ake is getting a couple minutes here and there. John Stones is not really touching the pitch. So like Pep can change his mind on a sixpence. You don't really know what he's thinking. So Bernardo's done well to come back into this like. He's now being looked at as one of the best players in the league right now on current form, and rightly so. So Pep, I think that's one real asset I think Pep's got in his team that anyone can come in, anyone can make a difference.
Hungry, you know.
But you can also say my man's squad is mad. Like Klopp can't be bringing on flipping Nico Williams just for for 3 games just to see how things are going. Like, not every team's got that. Yeah. So it's a bit of a sticky one in that respect. But for me, Bernardo Silva. Even though he's a bit of a scumbag, he's been moving absolutely crazy this season so far. Crazy.
Definitely.
Mad.
Should we move on to the last question before screwing
down? Yeah. We got 2 left, but we can breeze through these ones. The Spurs one, obviously, Harry Kane again so far. I mean, Fred now has got more Premier League goals than Harry Kane this season. I'm going to say that one more time. Fred has got more Premier League goals than Harry Kane this season, but they don't really have a backup in it. They don't have anyone else to come in really to fill in down that middle. And whether he drops a stinker or has a great game, which he's not really had this season, he plays in it. He just plays because that's all they've got. How vital do you think it is, or is it vital for Spurs to get a backup striker in January? And who should they be looking at? Just give me like 2 names.
I guess there are 2 ways of looking at this, right? Either Spurs need a second striker when they got Harry Kane, and then also do they need to buy a backup striker actually leaving in the summer? And I think for me, whilst they have Kane, they should be preparing for life without him. But I think that Kane is a top world-class striker. They just need to be getting a better tune out of him. I don't think they need to get a backup striker unless that is preparing for the day that for his departure. So yeah, man, that's what I think. I think Kane Spurs should be focused more on getting more out of him, making sure that he's playing his football in the right areas, rather than get a backup. I think a backup, like I said, is better for when they're looking to move on without Kane.
I hear that, but at the same time, can you not attribute some of his loss of form to the fact? Obviously, the City move is the main reason, but can you not attribute some of his loss of form to the fact that this Don's got no competition? Man knows if he has a 2 out of 10, a 0 out of 10. There's no one else to come in. The City thing, I can't front. That's been the main thing.
Yeah.
But you got to be kept on your toes a little bit as well. Look at Luke Shaw last year when Telles came into the side for a little bit. Then boom, Shaw came back in and was moving crazy from like he came back in. I think it was around the new year to the end of the season. He was moving mad. Like,
I know what competition can definitely bring out the best in players.
But you're saying you think they need to just get more out of him.
Harry Kane he's one of those elite players that can turn it, like he can motivate himself to play against anyone. Do you know what I mean? It's him.
Oh, bro, it's not happened this. Why is it not happening this season then? Like obviously the move, I get that, but he's not the first player in the world. He's not the first player in the world not to get a move, bro. Rooney's happened to.
Yeah.
Gerrard has happened to.
Main reason.
Bare players. If that's the main reason for me, obviously we don't know what goes on behind closed doors and that, but that's poor, man. This is World Cup year. You're off the back of MVP in the Prem, top goals.
I agree, but we've seen time and time again, season on, season in, season out. Like Harry Kane can do it without a top class striker in backup for Tottenham. He's been doing it himself. He likes to work. He likes the pressure. So no, I disagree with that. I don't think that Spurs Kane needs competition to bring the best out of him. I think he just needs to be motivated. I just think the issues with Kane rather than not having a backup. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but I still think that a large part of that is down to the fact that my man just plays in it. It doesn't matter who the manager is, who the rest of the personnel is. He just plays. But listen, Kane, we've spoken about him many a time so far.
Spurs should sign Vlahovic if they want to get. If
bro,
he's
fair man looking at Vlahovic right now. He's looking mad.
Another team looking at Vlahovic.
I'd take him, fam. I'd take him. I think he's got 30 goals in 40 games this calendar year. Big U, but he's got nice feet as well. All kinds of goals he's been scoring for Fiorentina, innit? So my man, he's class. He's absolutely class. He gives me like Luca Toni vibes. That kind of, you're like, you shouldn't be that.
Yeah, he dribbles almost similarly to Haaland, I find. When he's very upright. Like
my man backs himself as well. I think he said he backs himself to be better than Haaland or something. Obviously, that's not for me. That's not really true. But listen, let's keep it in North London. But we'll move on to keeping it on North London and on strikers. But we're going to move over to the red half, to Arsenal. Yeah, and their captain, the coolest captain in the world, self-proclaimed. But I still don't know what my man's on with that kind of chat. But anyway, is it time now for Arteta to sort of down tools, and should he drop Aubameyang? The spelling's a bit mad there. Let's get that for a second. Go again.
I think Mikel Arteta. I think he's approaching that time where he's going to have to start take a real good look at Aubameyang, and I'll have to make a decision because he's not playing. He's not playing the same football. He's not at the same level. He hasn't got the same conviction in his strikes. He doesn't seem to be just taking his chances. Like more time, a couple seasons ago, he used to get a couple of chances a game, but he used to bag. Now he's not bagging those chances. Like the few chances that he did get. So I think Arteta needs to drop Aubameyang. They've got the likes of Lacazette. They've got the likes of Martinelli. They've got Balogun as well. All players that I think deserve to have a chance.
Eddie.
Not Eddie, man. Eddie's not good enough. Eddie's not good enough. But
I'm surprised, innit? You were being kind in your words about Aubameyang. I don't know if it's because you got a win this weekend and you beat Arsenal in the week. Like you're feeling a bit nice. Aubameyang is dead food, bro. He's dead food. He doesn't offer anything. Like in terms of build-up play.
I said anything nice about Aubameyang. I said
no, but you were being a bit. He's dead, isn't it? He's just dead food. I don't want to be
he's in bad form. I wouldn't say he's dead. He's in bad form.
I know since he signed the thing, it's been poor, bro. It's been poor.
Agreed.
It's been poor. And how long ago? That was over a year ago now, isn't it? We're looking at 18 months, 15 to 18 months kind of thing. You can't be on that kind of bread and not be delivering for 18 months and be the club captain as well. Like that, those are too many things that are not adding up. And like you said, strikers can go through difficult patches. Boom, that's cool. But I don't see enough from him when he's not scoring goals. Like it's not like I don't know. You can talk about any other player, any other forward. He's your captain first and foremost. You want to be seeing more from him than anyone else. Setting the example, setting pace. And more time, it looks like Lacazette when he's on the pitch. He's the leader. He's the one who's like running through brick walls for the team. He's the one who's like offering stuff in their link-up play. Aubameyang's just out there on drifting out to the left. Like,
I still think to be honest, I think that's a part of it is Arteta not getting the best out of him as well. Because he's not really playing up front.
What are you saying now? How do you think you should be getting the best out of him?
I don't really like him. I think he plays well off the left, but I think playing him up top in a strike partnership, I think could get the best out of him. I'm surprised that didn't happen more with Aubameyang and Lacazette whilst they were not in their primes, but definitely in good form.
More like, yeah. Because we saw it a bit.
I think Arteta's, yeah, we'll see with Arteta in it, but I think a big part of the reason why Aubameyang's not playing as well, I don't think it's always down to him. I think he's just not been deployed properly by Arteta. Arteta has done a lot well. He's done a lot well, but I think the way that Nuno Tavares is developing, I think Aubameyang doesn't need to be out in the wing. He can be in the box. I think that's where he should be playing. That's where he does his best work. And yeah, it's just like what happened with Ronaldo. Like as you get older, you need to be moved into central positions where you can use that bit of like technical nous or just like experience to get an edge on a defender. But yeah, I think Arteta. It's not just down to Aubameyang, but I do think he needs to get dropped.
Bro, I think it's not even just the playing to his strengths. Man's missed 2 sitters in 2 back-to-back games, bro. Like the Newcastle one, and there's one against United as well. Like that's not Arteta's fault, fam. Arteta's not standing in front of the goal, controlling.
I think that was
bro.
offside.
That's bread and butter, fam. All right. It's offside, but still, let it go to VAR. Let them have the decision to make it.
Tension span. It's like there's loads of variables there. Like it's attention span, like concentration.
The Newcastle one, bro. The Newcastle one. They weren't even on top of that. They were on top. They weren't even winning at that point. Imagine they go on and not win the game. Your captain's just gonna miss that from 2 yards out. That's not cool, fam. That's not cool. You've got Saka and Smith Rowe carrying the team as well. They're probably on like what like a fifth of what he's earning. I don't want to get into like the money thing because like football's football in it, but for me, your wage structure should be reflecting your contribution to the team. The man who's getting paid the most should be either captain, top goal scorer. Give me something to prove your worth in it. Like otherwise, it's all looking a bit weird right now. What if? I think they're both on long-term contracts already. But what if now Smith Rowe Saka's going to be like, right, I want 250 because Aubameyang's on 350 and I'm scoring more and I'm contributing more. Bro, it can happen though. It can happen. It can happen.
There's an age. You want to see a certain age as well to get certain wages.
My point is, you want to see the players who are earning the most and the players wearing the armband contribute the most. More time at the moment, he's looking like one of the worst players on the pitch, and that's been consistent over like a fairly long period of time. And I think it's time to drop it. Obviously, with Martinelli coming back into the team as well now, there's a bit of breathing. There's people breathing down his neck. There's options for Arteta to go through to have an alternative to Aubameyang. For me personally, I think it's probably time for him to get dropped.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. I agree. They should definitely get dropped for this game. We'll find. To be fair, the team's all right. We might have had our prayers listened to. But I think now, man, let's take it on to Screamers and Howlers.
Let's go, bro.
Whilst you get up the team news. I'll get the show on the road. Screamers.
He's on the bench.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Say no more.
So there you go. Hey, man, like Zach is back. Okay.
But yeah, so I think
go. Screamers and Howlers.
Screamers and Howlers. Obviously, with United, there's a lot of players that played well. We had the likes of Lindelof, Telles, Dalot.
Just naming the whole team sheet.
The whole back four could have got a shout out, but obviously I've got to give it to Fred. Fred has absolutely just completely turned the whole fucking ship round and been like, this is where we're going now. Trust, like this is where we're pressing. This is how we press. And I think he's gonna be the almost like the figurehead of this new Rangnick era, especially for this first season, because we're gonna start to see Fred.
So the poster boy
pressing.
settings, fam.
Yeah,
Poster
pressing
boy
Fred.
settings. Yeah.
Trust. So I just wanted to give him his flowers. He deserves it, man. He's one of them players that I genuinely didn't know what he was good at. And now he just got a manager who's come in and showed him what showed us all what he's good at. And like I said, he's starting to give me throwbacks from like when he was at Shakhtar. Yeah, Fred is one player in particular I want to give a shout out to. But one other as well, I've got to give one to my guy Jarrod Bowen, who
yeah.
he should have had more. Should have got 2 goals. But
The one where he
man,
just rossed it. He was like,
yeah. But what
that goal though, that goal, I love the way he used. Was it Thiago Silva? He just used their body to shield. He knew the angle and just bent it right around Mendy. That was a beautiful strike. And he was causing problems the whole game, fam. I noticed second half, him and Antonio he was playing more like second striker kind of vibes. Like I was that kind of performance. I'm like, I'm here for that. I'm really here for that. But yeah, what are you saying? Those are your two screamers, then, yeah.
I could give to a lot of Man United players, but the 2 in particular that stood out, Fred and Bowen were really impressive this weekend.
Big up, fair enough. Right, okay. I've got a few in it, so I'm gonna just reel through them, and then I think there's like one at the end that I want to give like maybe a special props to. But obviously, Divock done his thing. You spoke about that already. Bernardo as well. Patrick Bamford, first game back for bare long, got an equaliser against Brentford. Big goal for Leeds. Probably for this season, they might be looking like they're not relegation scrap, but it might be looking a bit hairy at some points. Konza as well for Villa, bagged the brace. Big game for them. That was a real nice performance. Stevie G as well. Got a big up Gerrard, man. 3 wins and 4. But listen, next week or this weekend, you're an op. I don't care. I'm seeing Liverpool fans. I'm hearing arguments about whether we want Steven Gerrard to get something from the game. For me, I support Liverpool in it. I don't support Gerrard really. Like that, not enough for him to get a point against my team. Like, listen, when you come to Anfield, just do the job and get out. Fred, bro, as well. You said what you need to say, so I won't stay on him for too long. He done his thing. Well, actually, I've got 2 from the game yesterday. The Women's FA Cup final. Sam Kerr obviously got one of the best goals I've seen in the flesh ever. That chick was fucking brazy as fuck. That was mad. But I want to big up Fran Kirby, man. She was the best player on the pitch by a country mile, and there were some proper ballers out there. She was moving like Sergio Aguero prime with the low sense of gravity, like the gloves as well. I would like, when you think you've got them on the floor and they're like down and they're like kind of on their hands and knees and they still get up and they're just dribbling past like 3-4 people. Like, bro, it was mad. So I think special Frank Kirby gets my actual scream well, but everyone else on that list, big up yourselves as well. Howlers, you want to do Howlers or?
Yeah, definitely. So for my Howlers this weekend, I've got to give it to Felix Zweier, the German referee.
Handball, fam.
In the Bundesliga tie between Dortmund and Munich, and then on top of that, the German FA for.
I should have given Bellingham a screamer.
They've raised criminal charges. Yeah, on Jude Bellingham for what he said. Sort out the corruption in your fucking league, and then start looking at players. But you need to deal with the corruption going on in your league first, because that was an abominable decision. Also, Dermot Gallagher could get on that list as well, because I was reading on Sky. It was like, yeah, both of those decisions are right. Are you fucking blind? Like, do you know what I mean? Like.
Dermot Gallagher. They had that name for
all
a minute.
All referees are chatting shit, but if they're trying to tell me that
they're always some leaky cahoots, They're always some leaky cahoots.
Yeah, boring, bro. It's like they're just doing referee and pre-op. That's just all they're doing is PR for refs. Like, it's boring. I'm bored.
Fam, none of us are trying to say that decision was a myth, bro. It was an absolute myth.
The whole institution of German football was set up for Bayern Munich to win. Let's just get that straight.
Bro, imagine that's the biggest game. That's like someone refereeing the Liverpool Man United game and they've been done for flipping match fixing. Like, neither of our teams are trying to see that. So yeah, I hear that. That's a mad one. So what are you saying? What, German FA and then the ref as well, yeah? For Howler of the week.
Felix Zweier.
I can hear that. I've spoken already about Chelsea's balloon doors, I'd like to call them. Mendy didn't have a great game. Jorginho didn't have a great game either. The only one that can kind of hold their head up high from their Balloon d'Or nominations is Mason Mount. That was a great goal from him. That was banging finish, great ball from Ziyech. And then also Leicester, man. Leicester, I think I don't want to speak too soon on Rodgers and that, but I feel like they might have reached their sort of their ceiling. Not to say they're done or to say they're going to be on the decline, but I think the kind of shouts about the top four that people were having on them last couple of seasons, I think them days are gone now. Leicester now is about like they got to just make sure they don't drop out of the top 6 in it because they've invested a lot in their squad. But yeah, they got bumped again at the weekend by Villa, so they're on some slippery slopes right now. I think Villa leapfrogged them.
Also, that refereeing decision to disallow Ramsey's goal, I still don't understand that. Since when was it one hand on the ball? I thought it was 2 hands.
Oh, what, the Kasper Schmeichel one?
Yeah, I don't understand. And then Kasper Schmeichel,
he's sneaky as well. He came out after, he's like, "Oh yeah, my thumb still hurts." Allow it, man. You're a goalkeeper.
Your waist, man. He was bad crying.
Anything your body's gonna hurt. Yeah. I was like, bro, like I didn't rate that. I didn't rate that one at all.
So Leicester, yeah, I agree, man. That Leicester squad can hold that L just from Schmeichel's fucking pussy boy. I'm happy they lost, Happy they lost, but it's mad. Steven Gerrard's managed 2 teams that I got a bit of a soft spot for, Rangers and Aston Villa. So he's one of them players that I wish I didn't hate, but I definitely fucking, if I saw him in a Liverpool shirt back in the day, I'd definitely wring his neck. But anyway, on that note, on that note, it has been another installment of Monday Night Wonderball. Those have been our screamers and howlers, and that's also been our takes, our sort of analysis on this weekend's fixtures. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know if there are any of the questions that triggered you personally, or if you disagreed with anything we've said. Get in the comments. We always make sure to check the comments and interact, so make sure you're doing that. But then, yeah, a bit of housekeeping, Ishmael. We got to remind the people.
People, you know what to do, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Get involved, get engaged. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. We're active, man. We're active. We're out here. We're out here every day. YouTube Shorts, everything is there, man. Everything's there. Any kind of content you like, we got it for you. Yeah, keep just fucking with us. We love it. We love it. We absolutely love it. Obviously we've got Champions League games this week, weird takes and weirder agendas on Wednesday as well. So listen, you don't have to go too long without your next Weird and Wonderful installment.
Big time.
You know what to do, fam. You know what to do. Big up. Great show, bro. I'm glad you're not suffering anymore, innit?
Bro, more than that, I'm thriving, fam. Thriving. But yeah, people, peace out. Stay safe. And we'll see you very, very soon. Wait for the boom.